Hi guys, so just recently I got this idea. I've been showing my OCs in a lot of my videos, and I realized you don't really know the story. So I decided I would dedicate this video to just telling a quick sum up of the idea of the story. Alex walked into the classroom surprised because her teacher was in such a good mood. Usually she wasn't, because it would only be something she was happy about if it benefited her, and that barely ever happened in the class. Alex was surprised to hear that an all-boys school was going to come over to the all-girls school as a sort of student collab. Now, Alex had always been good friends with the teacher because she had been friends with the teacher's son at a young age. This was kind of strange because she had not talked to Rel in an extremely long time, but it was also quite an exciting thing, and it would be starting very soon. One problem was a girl named Liz. Now, she was very overprotective of Rel, even when there was no problem. She thought that Alex would threaten Rel to hang out with her, when really it was Rel inviting Alex to hang out with him most of the time. But she would always have to confront her and get into an argument purposefully just to make sure that Alex wouldn't get anywhere near Rel. This didn't work too often because Rel would get mad at Liz for not letting Alex hang out with Rel, but it was a very complicated relationship between the three of them. Because they ended up getting into a huge fight over this, Liz being mad at Alex saying that Rel would usually be the one to want to hang out with her. There was a huge fight caused, and they both got sent to detention because of it. Now, Alex got scratches down her arms, and Liz got a bloody nose and a bruise. This was the normal injuries because Alex was usually punching, and Liz had abnormally long fingernails, so she would often use them as her best weapon. Later found that two other people were in detention, Rel and Alex's best friend, Lenla. Lenla was in detention because she had cheated on a test because of advice from Liz saying, you should cheat on a test, it'll help you get better grades. So Lenla did that. Now, she didn't really trust her because of the things that Alex had told her about it, but she decided to try cheating on it anyway, and then she got into detention. Rel was there because another boy from his class had said that he was the cause of the whole entire fight. So this was not really true because he had basically done nothing wrong, but he still had gotten sent to detention anyway because this student was a teacher's pet, and they never would have thought that he would lie about something. The students were just sitting in the class normally, with the detention monitor sitting at the front desk. He had not done anything. He was just sitting there in front of the class, making sure nobody was doing anything non-cooperative. Suddenly, the lights went out, and Lenla, being the scaredy cat she is, started screaming. But Rel said, the lights are gonna come on soon. Alex, trying to help Lenla because she freaked out whenever the lights went out, tried to find the light switch. Liz, on the other hand, was also freaking out. She also hated the dark so much. Once she hit the light switch, what they found was a bunch of blood splattered across the desk. It was a moment where the kids were just not knowing what to do, standing there staring at the bloody desk. The next thing they knew, there was an explosion of blue light coming from the side of the room. It made a huge crashing noise, and they checked. There was a hole in the wall. There lay a girl in a black coat, and just lying there motionless. They thought she might be dead or something. Lenla, glad that the lights turned back on, but seeing the blood, ran over to the girl thinking that something had happened to her. She started shaking her. The girl sat up. Lenla got a little bit of a shock. She was like, "Why are you electric?" And she was like, "Oh, you mean this?" She pulled out a electronic piece device thing, and it was broken. She said that she was from the future and that she would just get some people to erase their memory. This was a normal thing to her. And she said that she would just call the cops, the time cops, and they would pick her up and erase their memories, so it wasn't something to worry about. The little girl turned and saw the blood on the desk. She then shrieked and slowly stepped back. She asked, "What's happening in this classroom?" Alex quickly explained everything that happened. She thought for a second. Then she asked, "What year is this?" 2022, she said. "Oh no, not this year," the little girl said. This is the year where that happens." "Well, it's fine. I'll just be picked up. There's no way to change events that already happened." She explained that in 2022 there was a huge alien invasion and tons of people died. Then a ringing noise came from the pocket of her cloak-like jacket. She pulled it out and answered her phone. The person on the phone said to her, "So we realize that you're in the year 2022. Now we know this is the year of the alien invasion, or whatever you want to call it, but we have two things that we can suggest to you. We can either come and pick you up, or you can stop everything from happening, and we will reward you with $5 billion. Elaine was shocked. Or maybe she could do this. She thought long and hard for a second. Then she said, "You know what? Maybe you guys won't die."